Alright, so when I got started on this little project and went up to buy the diesel fuel and the Marvel's mystery oil right here. Now that was $22. Plus that's not enough, you need more. And then the diesel fuel was not cheap either, so I skimped and I only got 3 gallons. Well, that was not enough. You actually do need to do the 5 gallons. Because when you turn the pump on, it looks like a lot right there in the container. But when you turn the pump on, that engine holds a lot of fluid. So that thing will empty out pretty quick. As a matter of fact, I need to put a little bit more in there after it starts circulating again. But I thought maybe I would videotape it circulating so you could see that. So you could see that happening. Alright, I'm going to plug it in. Make sure everything is set up right. Got all the plugs back in except for one. So I'm going to watch that one for a second. Got the pan propped up, and then I'll actually have to prop it up a little bit further to keep that thing from sucking air in, keep the pump from sucking air in. I believe in my other video I said that thing was 5/8 inch inner diameter, the clear tubing. However, I believe it's 5/8 inch outer diameter. I believe it's 3/4 inch inner diameter. So the expensive part of this is if you don't have the aquarium pump, which I did. So I had that in the closet, didn't have to pay for that. I mean, that pump is probably $30 or $40 that I've got. So, and that concoction right there is probably $30 or $40. I mean, it's more than that, probably $50. But I think that once that concoction gets up past those piston rings, maybe it'll get up in those carburetors, which sounded like that would be a good thing. These carbs have been sitting here for 3 or 4 years. And the gas tank was about half full. Fortunately, it hadn't gone totally empty, but it was totally full of rust. So we're going to have to do that probably electrolysis process. I've already done the vinegar process, which works very well. We'll videotape that. But anyway, alright, let's go ahead and let's see. We've got everything hooked up. That is the only plug that's not connected. That one's connected, got all our fluid, pump. So now we're just going to plug it in. Alright, plugged in. See, it's already drawing it up through there. So it's already pumping it up into the engine. So I've got a little electrical tape wrapped around the clear tubing there where it goes into the crankcase to wedge it in there. So you actually have very little leaking there. Then as it pumps up, see the fluid level is dropping down there. So right here is our clear tubing, and that should well, see, there it comes. I got to prop this up even further, like I said before. That's great. Okay. Sorry about that. I got the smartphone. Got no tripod. Alright. So now I'm going to put a little more diesel in there so it doesn't suck up air. Put a little more Marvels in there too in just a second. Alright, so still got some diesel left. I'm cheap, so I try not to use everything. So I can use it later. So we'll dump the rest of the marbles in there. There's not much left of that. Alright. Very good. So now you see it working. Once again, aquarium pump in the container below the bike, pumping the Marvel's Mystery Oil and diesel fuel up into the crankcase. Right there. That it fills the engine and comes out the this breather tube here, where you've disconnected this pipe, this thing, and then hook this one up. Now you hear it's starting to suck air down there. See, it's starting to suck some air. So, and I'm low on fluid. So, what I'm gonna do is see if I can set up a little better like that. You gotta make sure you don't want to be. I seen. Well, the side cover's leaking a little bit. And we'll have to put a new damn gasket on this thing. Okay. I was hoping not to have to pull that off so I wouldn't have to pay for a damn gasket. So that's working pretty good, except for the tube over here. Well, it is going still into the shirt, but the shirt is now kind of drooping down into the fluid. You don't want any sediment going back up into the pump and back up into the engine. Okay, can't really see much there. I'm going to have to mess with that after the video is done. Alright, so you basically see, as long as you've got enough fluid down there, fills that engine, comes all the way up. Alright, so then one thing we can do is pull the plug, okay, and then let's take a little peek, see if you can see anything. Sorry, let's see. Nah, so far, you know, which is probably good. There's a good tight seal. So, just gonna let that run for another day, and then take that side cover off again. And tell you what, that's a nice bike, and when you see it all put back together, boy, you'll be amazed. Alright, so this is actually the same day as the last video. I came out a little while ago, and actually I'd noticed that some of the fluid here that was pumping up through the engine, I noticed it was leaking out of the around where the exhaust connects right here at the Y pipe. So I figured that was probably because I had opened up the exhaust manifold, or access to the exhaust manifold, when I had turned the crankshaft over. So I went ahead and drained everything from the crankcase, and I meant to videotape it, but I went ahead and took the cover off there again, and I spun it around, and this time it just blew a bunch of stuff out of the cylinder, and then it spun freely. So it actually spins freely now. So I spun it around several times. I took some paper towels, put it over the cylinder, caught some junk in it like that, which actually, so then basically I put it all back together, took the plugs out, got my coil set back up, got the breather line back on, and took the other clear hose off. So I got no plugs in it. Alright, but I got the key set into the on position, and although the neutral light is not on, it is in neutral. Apparently I've got some problems up there with the instrument cluster. Alright, so I'm just going to hold it. I don't want to get anything on me on the phone here. Alright, check it out. Yeah, alright. It's blowing stuff up from there, so it's actually hitting me in the face. So if I put it like that, it'll blow that up, but alright, so basically you see, okay, now who knows whether it was the solution here or the PB blaster that I put up there in the plug holes a couple of days ago. But either one, got the engine cleaned out, got the cylinders freed up. Now that starter spins everything nicely. So now I'm just going to get, I've got a gas tank off of a VF1100 that I have, which is not rusty. So I'm going to get that set up on this bike here. And I'm going to pour this back into the 5-gallon barrel and use it on something else later, I guess. I don't think that was a waste of money. It worked as he said it would, although I only ran it for 2 days. I didn't run it for a month like he suggested. Alright, so if I can remember, I will try to videotape the first crank here shortly.